Oh boy, here we go, here we go, here we go. I think we're live. Looks like we're live. And good morning. Welcome to the JeepSolid garage. So, yeah, got the red Jeep in the shop today. Let's check in who we got here. Bill's here, Jake, Matt. Good morning, everybody. Bronco Solid's on, David, Tim, Pine Meadow. Good morning. Oh, gotta adjust the audio on my tablet here. Make sure this. Okay, looks like our audio's good. That's awesome. So, yeah, it's been a busy morning already, and I'm just kind of getting going here. Got my morning cup of joe. If you're new to the channel, Wednesday mornings I like to do a quick live stream. Sometimes it's not always so quick. And 9 o'clock Wednesday mornings, do a live stream. Gives me a chance to chat with you guys. We work on a project together. It's kind of fun. Got my morning coffee in hand here. Nice and heated up. Yeah, I had to swing by Starbucks because I had to run a quick errand this morning. And then Fridays, I always have my nicely edited videos released on Fridays. But yeah, today, unlock maximum performance, Castro Edge. I hate it when they change the graphics on their oil. Yeah, these are both 530 SAE. Because then it makes me think, like, did I buy the same oil? Is this the right one? But yeah, never-ending projects. This is due for oil. Red Jeep is not, or chip, as I like to call it. It's got a nice chip in the hinge over here. And I'm Dale. This is Chip. Yeah, it's just one of those days where, or one of those weeks, where we've got a ton of stuff going on, super busy. Kids had spring break. And of course, we're doing a lot of running around and things. And then stuff happens, like your car starts saying, hey, don't forget about me. And then when you have 4 Jeeps and your kid's car and the people mover, like 6 vehicles, and you're doing maintenance on all of them, honestly, I think I could be doing an oil change every month. And then what, tire rotations every other month. And then all the other maintenance. It's a lot of vehicles to maintain when you're doing it all on your own. So, yeah, that's what we're doing today. We've got the split cam all set up. Camera close, camera far. Here we've got the nice 3.6 liter Pentastar engine. Good engine. Unlike the 3.8. So in 2012, I believe it was, they switched over to the 3.6. Got to get my morning sips of coffee in here. In 2012, they switched over to the 3.6, which it's kind of funny to me. The previous JKs, they had the 3.8, then they upgraded to the 3.6. It's like, well, that's less volume, that's less liters. How is the 3.6 better? The 3.8, I guess, is kind of referred to as the dog of the Jeep Wrangler engines, where it just kind of didn't have any oomph. So they gave it more oomph by taking 0.2 liters out, actually switching the design of the engine, and there's a lot of engineering that goes into it that I'm not smart enough to understand. But yeah, today we gotta do an oil change on this beast. That'd be pretty quick and easy. But yeah, the morning errands, I had to run real quick and get some oil because I did not have enough 530 on hand. And that's what this guy takes. And then when I ran to the store, they had changed the graphics on it, and I hate that because I'm like, is that a different oil or is it the same one? It's API SAE 5W30 US. Yep. Yep, right stuff. So I'm ready to go. Let's crawl underneath and drain the oil real quick. See what, I wonder what size plug that is. I haven't done this one in a while, obviously, because it's due for the oil change. Where's my fancy socket wrench? The fancy one. Love this guy, especially tight corners like this. Swivel head on it. Oh, this thing is one of my favorite tools. Wonder if JeepSolid's gonna comment on that, because he always bashed this thing like, oh, it's dumb. You're like using it and it moves on you. It's like, well, yeah, that's user error. Today's question is, will Dale be late? No, I was right on time. Good morning for the salt mines. The mine boss called, said to pick up your shovel and start digging. Already been digging since 6 a.m. Alrighty then, good work, yeah. Are you literally digging? You working outside? You working on something? Let's see what we got. And where's my nice cushy pad? Because I don't want to... I'm just going to start the oil draining real quick. Get that going, and then we'll start fiddling with the filter. But I do like this, the 3.6 on this. It's actually the same engine on my van, but it does seem to have enough get up and go on it for a Jeep. You guys saw that they're coming out with a, oh, was it the V8? My good grief. I don't know if I really want that. I mean, I guess if you're doing some serious towing, might be a good thing. But yeah, I don't think I need the V8. Oh yeah, first try. I'd take you guys down under here with me. Ugh. Why don't we do that? So we got the 2 camera set up. I wonder how this is going to do with low light. Let's check this out real quick. I don't really know how well this camera is going to do with a real low light, but let's just see. Just for fun. That's why I got this 2 camera setup, so I could do stuff like this. Whoa, don't tip over. See what that looks like. Boom. Oh, hey. The low light's actually not terrible. We got the split screen. Oh, hey. Split screen view there is actually not bad either. So yeah, this is just kind of a fun time to hang out in the shop and get a project done. And yeah, I'm going early this morning already. I do like to have, oh, which way's loosen? That's loosen. I like to have a piece of cardboard down here when I do this, which I do not have right now. And oh, I really should stop and get some piece of cardboard, but I'm not gonna. The engine's warm. I like changing the oil when it's warm. It's just, I don't know, it drains nice. Get all the goop out. Come on. There we go. I always think it's really funny when I change the oil. For a little while, I'm like, well, I just made it so I cannot drive my Jeep right now. If there was an emergency or something. Nope, you can't drive. Ah. Good thing I've got a couple other Jeeps up and running. The 94 YJ that with the head gasket issue. That is all resolved. And it's running, the engine sounds great. I'm trying to think if it's giving me any other problem. No. But I need to start focusing on the 92 YJ, and that'll be in some videos coming very soon. Let's see. I wonder if my chat stopped. Sometimes my chat will stop here. Like I can't see what you guys are saying, and I have to like close it and restart it because it's fancy technology. Yep. Oh, somebody said taxes. Oh, that's right. I got to finish my taxes. Oops. Live chat. Yeah, the live chat did stop. Change every 5,000. Yeah, I change. One thing I really like about these newer vehicles, I change when it tells me to. It's time to do your oil. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll pull you guys back up here. Split screen here. What if we went like this? I sure like this 2-camera setup. We are light years ahead of where we were with live streaming with the phone. It worked. It certainly worked. But now we've got better. And better is better. Oh, where's my wrench? Or actually, I don't know if I... leave that down there. The filter. I don't know what size that guy is. Is it too big? Ah, there we go. 24 millimeter. Find something to break that loose with. I should be on. I should really be on split screen. There we go. There we go. Hey. So let's see. First pumping. Let's see. I'm convinced the route to financial security is doing your own car repairs. Oh man. Yeah. Well, this, yeah, exactly. Good grief, what did that oil cost me? $22. And I'll use a quart of the other one. So we'll say $25 in oil. And then the filter. That's a good cup of joe. The filter, another, what, $5, maybe $8, I don't know. I bought that filter a while ago, bought a few of them at a time. So yeah, altogether like $30 between the oil and filter. And I made a video recently about oil changes and just saving money, doing your own maintenance, that kind of stuff. And I called, what did I do? I think I called a shop or two, a couple places, just to get an idea of a full synthetic oil change on a 2012 JK. Just what the cost was, and it was about $100. And yeah, some people, yeah, they're saying like, yeah, you can get oil changes less, you know, 60, 70, but that's not for a full synthetic, at least nowhere around where I am. Where I live here, yeah, full synthetic oil change is around $100. So, doing my own today, I'm saving about $70. I can buy some more tools. $70. What am I going to do with $70? And if you're following along and you don't do your own oil changes, yeah, you can just like follow along with what I'm doing here. Little tips and tricks as we're going along. I'm draining the oil, got the plug off still. It's just kind of letting it drain. Don't forget to put the plug back in. And then a little paper towel here. We're going to pull the filter. And I just like to do that to catch any extra little dribble. I'm going to duck back underneath real quick though and put that plug back in. We should be totally, let's see, we should be totally drained right now because I want to put the plug back in. Number one, so I don't forget. And number two, I want to use that pan to drop this filter in. Sorry, I got to move you guys a little bit. So I really do want this cardboard. All right. Let's see if it's completely drained. Oh. Yep. Looks good. Looks very good. Ouch. Just jam my shoulder on the tie rod there. Get my plug. Dry it off here. But yeah, doing your own maintenance, things like brakes, gosh, I've saved, you know, our brake job, saving $400 on a brake job. Yes, please. And yeah, it does cost money in tools and that kind of stuff, but yeah, you do your own brake job, you save $400. Good grief, you can buy $400 worth of tools? No, just save some money. Buy $100 in tools and put $300 in your savings. All right, we're just gonna get this tightened back down. Our oil's all drained. Can't drive the Jeep. Hope there's no emergency right now where I gotta run somewhere. That's just one of my funny little things I think about. My vehicle is disabled. Cannot drive. And there's a torque spec on these. It is not much. What is it, like 25 pounds or something? I do it till it's snug. You just want to make sure you don't over tighten it. Oh, actually, I think JeepSolid has a story. He'll probably tell that now. He just did a oil plug, drain plug that gave him a lot of trouble. Oh. Not the worst story I've heard, where people are breaking the plug off or stripping it out, turning it into an absolute nightmare, but he certainly had some issues with his oil plug. The reason I wanted this guy out is all my old nasty oil, because I'm going to pull the filter, and I like to set the filter on this oil pan. I really do like this oil pan. Let me show you guys real quick. Let's talk about oil pans, drain pans. And I think I have this one, I think I have it linked in the description of the video. Well, let me show you guys, I'll show you in real time why I like this. First, let's get some gloves on so I can pull this filter without getting my hands super gross. I should be able to do it without getting super oily. Are we loose enough? Yes. I'm going to unscrew the filter here. that's right. I think these hoses are kind of in the way a little bit. And the filter should be just stuck to this cap. Yep. Get your shirt caught on something. And so yeah, this is one of the reasons I really like this oil pan. Not so much with these filters, but the filters that are all one unit, where you have to kind of drain them. It has this nice spot right here to set the filter. You set it there upside down, and just so it can drain out, which is super nice. So you need to drain those filters before you throw them away. Try to get as much oil out so you can recycle it. But yeah, and then I like that this is a big square versus like the round ones, because some filters that you take off, you have to, there's times where I will drain the oil and take the filter off at the same time, and it'll spill oil out of the filter hole and the drain hole, obviously. And this oil pan, oh yeah, there's my tire, that's great. This oil pan is big enough to catch both of those. Super handy. Really like that. Good. It was a good purchase. On our cap here, there's a little O-ring right here. The little O-ring comes off, so we can put a new one on there. We'll just drop that oil ring right there. Yeah, it's kind of fun doing I think it's kind of fun doing your own oil change, especially in the spring like this and in the summer. Right now it's kind of early and it's a little cold out. We're still getting frost in the mornings. But in the summertime, oh gosh, it's kind of fun. You got a ball game on in the garage. Shop door open, nice bright sunny day. You're in the garage, just not in a hurry, just working on the car, hanging out. It's always kind of fun. At least I like to do that. So we got our new filter. Bring you guys up into the light. Camera far. Boom. I gotta move this oil pan out of the way. I'm gonna end up stepping on it. Old oil is done. Let's set this out here. I had one day, my neighbor's dog, I had a big thing of oil set out there and I was draining the oil into a container, like, yeah, one of these big 5-quart. And I had it just kind of like tipped up and I left it unattended for a bit. Which one's my new one? And then his dog ran by and like, I don't know, was sniffing around or whatever. Ended up like kicking the oil thing, the whole thing spilled over. 5 quarts of oil just in the concrete and in the gravel and stuff. It's kind of funny, my fault. I mean, I shouldn't have left it unattended. A little bit of oil onto the O-ring, our new oil here. You don't want to put these on dry. Our cap. But yeah, always something with the vehicle maintenance. And then like, yeah, good grief, brakes? Like, oh, I feel like almost like I'm neglecting brakes. Like I haven't checked brakes on my people mover in quite a while. The brakes on this I think are fine. So I don't know, I guess I'm operating under the assumption of, well, if the brakes aren't making squeaking noises, I guess I'm okay right now. All right, new filter. Just snaps into place. This one seems a little offset. Get in the middle. There we go. Snapped in there good. Yeah, you guys like the split screen function? Seems to be pretty cool. I kind of like it. Where are we at though? Oh. There we go, that'll work. And we'll get our filter in here. And this actually has a torque setting on it as well. Which you just want to be careful not to over torque it. Where's my wrench? There it is. And I will tighten this down just till it's snug. Just as long as you're careful. There we go. That'll do it. All right. Let's see. Brakes are a good place to start. You know, the thing that could kill you if you mess it up, right? Yeah, gosh, I remember doing my first brake set. Actually, the first time I did brakes, I think I did it with, JeepSolid, and I was like, brakes, are you kidding? Like, aren't those like super important? Let's see, where am I at? Dale, skipping over the TJ generation of Jeeps. Yeah, I'm waiting for the day when the TJ rolls into the garage. If I find a good deal on one. A good TJ project? Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I did kind of skip over the TJ, didn't I? I did see those. Is your painter in the workshop too? Don't know what you're talking about. That's cool. You guys are talking about other stuff. Oh, Jeep Girl's on here. Hey, Jeep Girl. Good morning. And Tim, thank you guys for joining. We're just doing a little routine maintenance. Because it's always something. Okay, oil plug is on and tight. That's the other thing when you're doing your own oil and stuff. Just double check things. Kind of go through things in your head. At least that's what I do. Oil plug, oil filter, everything's back together. What do you say we try putting some oil into it? Engine oil, SAE 530. Check. Should take about 5 quarts, 5.5-ish. Just gotta clean off the filter here, the funnel. Make sure there's no old oil or debris in it. Nice clean stuff. Did you guys get any kind of spring break? I kind of did. Took some extra days off, but things are still very busy. All right, 5:30, and this has, what are we at? We're at almost 4. Yep. We're at almost 4 quarts. Let's back this off a little bit. Where are we at? There we go. I was thinking about earlier this week, because we finished up the head gasket, right? Got that completely done. 94 YJ is up and running just great. And what did I live stream last week? Last week, gosh. I don't even remember. Like weeks run together. What was last week's live stream? Huh. Gosh, I honestly don't remember. Was it on the 94? Were we doing something? Was it on the 92? Gosh, I don't know. But I was thinking this week, what am I going to live stream this week? I've got some other big projects coming up, but I'm not quite ready to start them. And then I got in this Jeep one morning and it was like, time for oil change. I was like, oh, well, okay. I guess there we go. That's what I can live stream. We can hang out and change the oil together. So yeah, as you guys are witnessing, changing your own oil is really not hard. And then, yeah, some people say like, oh, but then you got the headache if you got that old oil. Well, there's a lot of recycling centers, and where I live, like the trash collection service, they'll pick it up for free. Or if you go out to the dump, they have a free oil recycling center. So you just save your old bottle like this, put your old oil back into it, and then take it out to one of those recycling centers the next time you're going by, going to the dump, running errands. Oh, I have other errands to run too. Oh gosh, yeah. I need to go to the dump. I got a bunch of garbage. And then you just take the old oil out with you, and they take it for free. Oh, other thing, advantage of doing your own oil is you do a better job. You take better care because you're being very careful that you're not over tightening things, you're not overfilling things. And then also it's a good time to, like, yeah, I'm here as I'm working on this, I was looking at, different hoses and belts and things and just, leaks. Just kind of gets you, it's like a little checkup for your engine. And yeah, you care more about your vehicle than the guy at the oil stop place does. The quick lube place. Like, some of them do a good job, some of them don't. You guys have seen the reports of oil change rip-off schemes, like where they don't even hardly drain your oil, stuff like that. How much did I put in there? Let's see, so I'm at 5 quarts. So after you get about 5 quarts in it, or gosh, about 80% of the capacity, maybe 90%, you don't want to fill it. Like, I don't want to just add 6 quarts, even though, what does it say? It takes almost 6 quarts. Because the filter is dry, right? So we want to start the engine up and just cycle some oil through the whole system. And then we will start checking. So I'm going to open up the shop door here. And where's my key? No. Alrighty. Shop door is open. What are we at? 36 viewers. I agree. I had some knuckleheads mess up my oil changes. I recently had to add 6.5 quarts to your Subaru. Good grief. Doesn't it hold like 6? All right, gonna start. Oh, there we go. Gonna start the Jeep real quick. Cycle the oil through. Let it run just for a second. That should be plenty good. Now we can start checking the level. Oh, another thing I do when I'm doing the oil and adding oil, I peek underneath real quick just to make sure there's not a big puddle. Ah! What happened? Engine oil. All right. We'll see how close we are. What'd I add? About 5 quarts. Says it should take about 5.5, so dry it off real good. And we're still probably about a quart low, so let's add some more. And then I'm gonna have to, I have a video on resetting the oil light on this. Because honestly, I don't remember how. Every vehicle has a different sequence. The YJ doesn't even have one, but my kid's car. The van versus this Jeep versus my other daughter's car. It's a super nice thing how they, oh yeah, we're really close. How every vehicle is different. You need to push on the gas pedal 3 times with the ignition not on, and then turn it off. And in other vehicles, you got to push this button while you turn the ignition on and step on the brake, and like, oh, just make them the same. Yeah, we're halfway into the safe zone. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. Just a skosh more. And man, it looks like it's gonna be a nice day today. I am ready for spring. Don't want to overfill it. Having your oil too low is a problem. Having it too high can actually create problems as well. Not exactly sure what the overfilling problems are. If it's up above the dipstick level, above the full mark, yeah, it creates problems. I'm not exactly sure what those issues are, though. I'm trying to think in my little head, what would too much oil, is it going to cause a leak somewhere? Okay, good. We are at the top of full. We're right close to the top of full. So we're going to call that enough. I was like, oh, where does this cap go to? Oh, that's right. I'm just double thinking about everything I've taken off. Don't want to forget anything. Funnel goes outside. And we'll put our cap back on. And yeah, like I said, just a good time to just look at your engine, look at your belts and hoses and vacuum lines and various components. A lot of times I like to just take a rag and just kind of clean things up a little bit as I'm looking at things, because it gets dusty and dirty, and I much prefer working on a clean engine than a dirty one. It's one thing I've learned. If I'm doing a major repair, if I have time or the vehicle's running, working on the engine or something, take it to a car wash, one of those do-it-yourself car washes, and just spray everything off. Get as much oil and gunk off as you can. It's working on really dirty engines it's just messy. There's our vacuum or our vent hose. Wonder if that goes down to our transmission or one of the differentials. That's nice how they have it clear up here. One of my other YJs, the front differential, the Dana 30, they didn't have the vent hose hooked up at all. It was just the back of the Dana 30 was just open, little hole, little vent hole, just open. So any little puddle you drive through. So how far are we into this video? Is JeepSolid doing something? My computer just chirped at me. Oh no, some dumb alert. We are 40 minutes in. Gosh, yeah. So this oil change actually went pretty quick, pretty easy. Washer fluid. We'll add a little bit to that. I need to reset the oil light. And what do I have? I have all season and winter formula. Oops. I need to back you guys off a little bit. Step back. Where are we at? There we go. Boom. My 5 quarts of oil here. Put the lid back on. Tight. Because you're going to end up kicking it over. So resetting the oil light on this, honestly, I'm going to have to watch my video. I have a video on resetting the oil light on it. But I do this, every 6 months? It's just enough time for me to forget how to do it. This is washer fluid. Don't want to put the wrong fluid in the wrong spot. See my pouring skills here. I'm always afraid I'm going to do this to the coolant. Like, I just added washer fluid to the coolant. Seems like something I would do on accident. I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world, but I would definitely need to be doing a fluid change on the coolant. Maybe it would just kind of clean it out. Clean out all the reservoirs and everything. All right, that looks good. Boom, boom. Yeah, this is what I mean about doing your own oil change though, like just checking all these other little things. Like I'm looking at the engine coolant level, my brake master cylinder looks good, we're not leaking. Where, yeah, the oil stop place is not, they don't care. They want you in and out so they can make their $70 off a year or more off your oil change. What was it? I had an issue with the battery one time. Normally I really like Les Schwab. Like, I mean, they do good work. I've had an issue with them once, but like for, tires, rotation, all that kind of stuff, and brakes, I think they're okay. I haven't heard a lot of horror stories about them. A few people that have had problems, but I took a vehicle, it was before I did a lot of my own work and testing. I took a vehicle there for battery issues. Like the batteries just, it was giving me electrical problems. And then they checked the battery and like, oh, the battery checks out just fine. I'm like, there's something up with the battery. And then so I took the vehicle home and I started poking around, looking at it and talking to JeepSolid about it a little bit. And then I noticed, one of the terminals or the studs on the battery, it was just like chunk, 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 chunk. It was like just like broken, like loose. I'm like, and like here, I'm not a mechanic, like I'm just a dude. And sorry, somebody was backing out of my driveway, make sure they weren't running into the other car. And I'm like, I work at a hospital. I don't work on cars, and I figured this out in just a couple of minutes where you guys couldn't. Like that was disappointing. I stepped in my oil drain pan, JeepSolid. How to reset the maintenance on a JK. Get in the vehicle, turn the key on, slowly depress the accelerator 3 times all the way to the floor, the light will reset. How? I think you're right. That sounds very familiar. Yeah, that's one you don't make twice, or at least not twice in a close time frame. What is a scoochie? I will say, I think Dale is much funnier when I'm there. What? I'm hilarious. What are you talking about? Overfilling the crankcase will create windage from the crank onto the oil, which will aerate the oil and not provide the proper lubrication to the bearings. Okay. So down at the crank where like your oil slinger and all that is, it's going to just kind of create some turbulence and yeah, okay, there you go. If you haven't done this already, you probably should. That's a 2012 JK, the sand. Oh yeah, the sand from the water jackets. Yeah, I don't know. A common issue with the JKs, they weren't getting all the sand out of the engine when they cast them, and it was plugging up radiators. I don't know, honestly. I bought this used, and I do not honestly know if they've replaced the radiator or not, because that was one of the remedies, was just replace the radiator. Another one, yeah, flush it, do a good flush on it. But yeah, it's probably something I should do, just for good health anyways of the vehicle. Cooling system would plug the radiator. Yep. Was watching, but heading inside for my Moderna vaccine. Shot number 1. Lakeland. All right, good luck, Lakeland. Jake, I got Moderna. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, people, I got Pfizer. I did just fine with it. Barely noticed anything. I've heard just more struggles or little people getting not feeling as well with the Moderna versus the Pfizer. We fixed Craig's car doing the same thing with battery terminals. Yeah. What was his? Wasn't his like dirty battery terminal? Or I think one of his was just loose. And yeah, and he had a mechanic look at it. Like, come on, people. Dale, have you done the YJ CAD vacuum delete permanent lock mod? No, I have not. I haven't had any issues with my 4-wheel drive on those vehicles. But that's a good mod that I should probably do, because it's a pretty common one on those YJs. Having a vacuum. Once you get down there and start looking at the vacuum, like really, that's what engages my 4-wheel drive? Like this little plastic tube in a vacuum, like can get corroded and just... So yeah, what did Hal say about turn the key on? Let's see if I can reset the oil light on this. I don't think you start it. I think you just turn the key on and depress the accelerator 3 times, and then shut it off and then on or whatever. Let's see. All right, key on. Is there an oil light? Where's my oil light? Ah. Turn that down. Change oil. Mute the radio. Oil change. Yeah, I just want to check. All right. Turn it off. Okay. key on. Accelerator to the floor 3 times. Turn it back off. And we'll pretend I'm getting out and back in. Let's see if that did it. See if it tells me oil change again here. But Hal, I think you're right. That sounds very familiar. Just making sure the oil light doesn't turn back on. I think we're good to go. Yeah, that was pretty easy. Sweet. Oil light is not coming on. All right, we're good to go for another however many months. Until it tells me again. I'll probably write down the date and the oil change, all that. Where's my chat? So yeah, you know, well, we're 50 minutes into this. I got the oil change done. Didn't go in a hurry. Could have done it a lot quicker, you know, easily in a half hour if I wasn't filming and chatting and checking with you guys and all that kind of stuff. Fun stuff, but you know, this is just about kind of hanging out in the shop and working on something together. But yeah, 20 minutes or a half hour of my time to save $70 and do a better job. Yeah, I'll take it. Let's see, negative. 2 mechanics looked at the car. We're totally stumped. I think we maybe replaced a clamp or cleaned it up and tightened it. I think we just cleaned it up and tightened it. He did have issues with his coil. Was that a separate issue? I think when it first starts, and we all see, but he doesn't. I don't what? I don't know. I checked my battery the other day. One of the tests was positive, hoping it's not terminal. Uh-oh. No lube or front end is not greasable. Are you talking tie rods, that kind of stuff? Yeah, I do have some grease fittings on here as well. Always reset trip meter B when I change the oil on my truck. Yeah, that's a good idea. A lot of times I will I'll actually write down like the type of oil and the date and the time, or the date and mileage that I do my oil change. Because I don't put a fancy sticker in the window, but honestly I never like those stickers in the window. To me they're distracting, bothersome. So next week, I don't know, I actually got to talk to JeepSolid about, I got some bigger projects coming up that I want to start working on the YJs. But this, I think we're 100% done. We got the, like I said, I always peek underneath. Yep, the drain pan looks dry. There's no drips on the floor. That's a good sign. What did I take off? Filter. Yep, that's dry. Cap is on tight. Oil cap is on. Coolant washer, everything else. We're good. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I will catch you guys on Friday for one of my nicely edited videos. That'll be releasing at noon. So thank you guys so much for hanging out and hanging in the shop and doing the projects that just seem to never end. Always something to do on these. Hope you guys have a good Wednesday. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. All right, let's figure out how to end this stream. Sure like this setup though. Very nice. Oh, look, I can say a chat. That's what I need to do. I can just chat right here. That'd be a lot easier actually, instead of fiddling with my tablet. What if I can change the size? If I can change the size of the chat. So this is on YouTube. Streamlabs, I can't see the chat box. There's chat box. Or if the chat will start popping up there now, but there we go. Bill later. Anybody still hanging out? Thumbs up. Oh yeah, thanks for the thumbs up. Later. Hey, wait. See, baby. All right. Just trying to see. Yeah, we need to figure out the font on the chat. You guys can see that on there, right? I probably don't want the chat on this on the screen. Yeah, there has to be a way to change the size and font. Chat box. Oh, there we go. Height, width. Yeah, that's life. That move was POG. What? Don't know. Google it. Never. Lucky yet well. Font settings. Oh, there we go. Font size. Let's bring it down to real level. Ooh, text color. That's what I want. Is he live right now? Yep. Looks like he missed the hat toss over there. Where's my hat? Oh, it's on the bench. Anyways, I'm just kind of fiddling with some things here. Yeah, you can't hardly see that font. I don't know. Do you guys like the font on the screen? Or the chat on the screen? I'm thinking not. Let's see. Chat box. Background color. Visual settings. Clean, boxed. What's the difference? Oh, that's okay. Oh yeah, I like that better. Except the color. I think the font needs to be, does it need to be dark? What does that look like? Let's see. What trans case is in that Jeep? See everyone. I'd have to, yeah, like JeepSolid said, I'd have to Google it. Yellow text will show up, or halo around the letters. You think yellow would show up better? I do like the gray background. That's good. You think yellow text? Yeller? Let's try yeller. Yellow with a gray background. Yeah, that actually might work. Let's see if anybody says anything. What time are we at? 10 o'clock? And nobody's saying anything, so I can't see. There we go. Oh, hey, JeepSolid said something. Okay, yeah, the yellow text shows up pretty good. I don't know. We'll have to we'll fiddle with it and see if we like. Wait, here we go. Yellow's the best. Trust me, I'm a professional. Red text on black. Background might result in brain bleed. LOL. Yellow's the best. Trust me, I'm a professional. Red text on black. Background might result in brain bleed. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll fiddle around. We're going to get this live stream just looking great. Super professional. But I'm going to hit end stream. Thank you guys, and we'll see you later this week.